private sector. So, Mr. President, you are the Global Youth Ambassador. Your time is almost up. And what have you done? Other than many times we have been angry with you and showing that anger on social media. But there's something that I would like to share with you, and that is to change your perception of young people. They may not wear expensive watches or the suits or drive expensive cars like you're used to seeing people around you, and the ones that you appoint many times. They are broke, extremely so, but they have amazing ideas. But that should not stop you from interacting with them. 85% of the economy is in the informal sector. But what does that mean? When do you interact with the informal sector? And do you take time to interact with them? 90% of the Form 4s had D+ in the last 2 years. Does that mean that their life is over? Are we trying to say that 90% of our young people have no future in this country because of a grade? So what we need to do is change how we view success. We have to change what we empower young people to believe, that just because of a grade, your life is over. That must change. When we look at TVET, I am extremely happy that TVET has come into place, but there are still a lot of gaps when we talk about TVET. We have youth who are afraid to go to TVET because they are viewed as failures. We have schools that are still struggling with what to specialize in. But why don't we just involve these young people in coming up with these solutions? Young people don't own land. It's too expensive. A lot of them are prospering online. In fact, they've even stopped going to an office, but somehow they're making a living. But do you understand that about them? So even getting a license when it comes to business is extremely difficult and expensive. But we have to think about it. We have 1 million coming into an economy that is only making 100,000 jobs a year. A year. We have to think about that. That is 10%. It's scary. What are the other 90% of our population supposed to do? A country needs to invest in our health sector. We've just seen 800 health centers, or whatever you want to call them, clinics, shambolic buildings coming to a shut. We're talking about health workers. We're talking about a space where when we go to a hospital, it's mainly young people. We're talking about children. We're talking about mothers who are giving birth. It is the young population. What are we doing there? When we even talk about the education sector, we're talking about 100,000 teachers. We need 100,000 teachers. And we're saying we have 1 million young unemployed people. What are we doing there? There are a lot of gaps. So as much as we tell young people to go and invest, are we overtaxed? Bernie Sanders is currently running a campaign in the US where he's talking about taxing the billionaires. But here, would we ever have that conversation when the billionaires are the ones getting the jobs? Those are the perceptions that we have to change to save this country. And to end it all, it's just to say that we cannot move forward with a population that is so dynamic and growing so quickly, and you're not able to keep up, especially if your team can't even run.